Okay, so welcome to your inward meditation. This inward meditation is going to actually focus on emotions, right? So emotions live in the body, they live in the mental space, right? When we have an emotion, we must exercise it out. If we're angry, we scream. If we're sad, we cry. If we're happy, we cry, right? So we must execute them out the body. If not, they will live in the body. And they will do things like cause chronic illness. They can cause skin disease. It will inhibit so many functions of the human body. Right, 80% of your doctor visits are linked to the stress hormone, right? To your stress level. And so if we can minimize stress and continue to produce good emotions, or at least be able to metabolize bad emotions when we get them, you're gonna have a much healthier lifestyle. So with that being said, this is going to focus on whatever emotion it is that you need to process and you need to surrender to. And right, because the problem is that our outside world, our conscious world that is in front of us, is going to constantly tap at that emotion. So if we are not able to process the emotion, we are going to be stuck and continue to, see patterns within the conscious world. So with that being said, maybe the emotion already popped up and maybe it won't. I just want to say one thing for this meditation that is so crucial and necessary is that the lack of control. So you have to have no control over this at all, right? So sometimes we're like, I want to manifest abundance or money. And so we do these manifestations that pretty much lead us into picturing what is usually categorized as abundance, and we picture money and we write whatever. I don't want you to have any control, right? So things you might see in this meditation, instead of seeing an image, you could very well just see energy, right? You could see shapes and you could see colors. The idea is you're just letting it come to you and totally stepping out of control, really just handing this over to the divine, right? Letting the divine completely step into your third eye, enter your space and your meditation, because it's giving you answers, okay? And so when we're trying to control it, we're limiting the answers that it could be giving us. So hopefully that's clear enough. And we're gonna get started. So I would recommend doing this lying down. If you really want, you could sit up, but I would do this lying down only because I want you to get as comfortable and as relaxed as you possibly can, okay? So whenever you're ready, find yourself in a lying down position. And as you're in that lying down position, I want you slowly to begin to close your eyes. Let your arms drop out. And I want you to take 3 levels of inhale and exhale. And first I want you to inhale. And I want you to think of your intention for practicing this meditation. And exhale and fully release. And then you're going to inhale and step away from the desire to control, and exhale on that surrender. Take a big inhale of gratitude for whatever healing mechanism that is about to step into your way, and fully exhale. Begin to make your breath so slow, so faint, calming down the nervous system. And as you calm down that beautiful nervous system of yours, I want you to relax your forehead. Let your eyes begin to sink a little bit more. Let your tongue come off the roof of your mouth. Let your jaw disintegrate. Let your heart open up. Shoulders drop. Head becomes heavy as the neck becomes even heavier. Your belly sinks. Your hips begin to open fully, front of the hip into the back. Letting your thighs disintegrate, your kneecaps dissolve, letting your ankles dwindle out, letting both of your biceps and your elbows completely disintegrate, wrist dwindle down. Check on your fingers, checking in your thumbs, your fingertips, middle finger, ring finger, pinky. And I want you to make one connection, and that is your spine. Starting at the top of your head, just focus all your energy in the top of your head, the very crown of your head, as the universe begins to enter and do its magic and its healing work. Then letting that go to the third eye, letting it travel to the throat, the heart, the top of the belly, the bottom of the belly, and the pelvis. And as you have this beautiful line of energy that's now locked and connected, I want you to picture this white giant ball of energy right in front of your chest. And as it sits in front of your chest, there's this heavy feeling. It's warm and it's heavy. Begin to feel your chest become warm, almost like your chest bone is beginning to open up, letting what needs to come in with love. And next, you will bring that ball of energy to the front of your face. And that ball of energy is going to enter your third eye space. And as it does, I want you to feel this really divine connection echo through your entire body. And as it echoes through the entire body, I want you just to think about the word that would come up. What is the word that bring you to this practice? First word, let it come up and hold it. And now, I want you to think about the emotion that's been very present for you. Whether, right, and it has to be the emotion that you feel stuck. And whether it's anger, sadness, resentment, hold that. And now the last word, make your final last intention. By processing this emotion, what is the intention? What is the outcome? And now, I want you to think about that unprocessed, unfinished emotion that you currently are living with. I want you to picture what that emotion is. And maybe that emotion is a shape, and maybe it's just energy, maybe it's a flower, maybe it's whatever it is. Fully imagine it right now as you begin to stare deeply into your third eye, and that energy ball is continuing to enter into your third eye. And once you have that imagery of that unfinished emotion, I want it to go over to your left side. And it is going to go to the left side of you. I want you to look at that imagery that you've created, that connection to the emotion that you have. And I want you in your head to repeat after me as you look at it. Thank you for existing. Because of your existence, I can now heal further. And because of you, I can experience some really beautiful emotions once I metabolize you. And emotion, if you're ready, let's begin to process together. Emotion. What is it that you want me to work on, work through, process, feel, and experience? Now your emotion's going to give you an answer. I don't want you to control it. I don't want you to change it, and just take it as it is. It could be a word. It could be 2 sentences. It could just be an imagery. It could be a person. Once you have that, I want you to now look at that emotion and say thank you. Thank you for giving me exactly what I need to work on and process and heal and work through and experience and feel in order to find my liberation. And now ask your emotion to show you what it would live, what life would look like, how you would be living, what it would feel like. What is it to live after processing exactly what your emotion just told you need to process? And as you do, go back to your third eye and begin to imagine what it would be on the other side of that. And as you begin to imagine, I want you just to simply let the divine create it for you. If it's just shapes, it's okay. If it's just lights, it's okay. If it's energy, whatever it is, let it create. And now look back at your emotion, and I want you to thank your emotion for showing you how it feels to process exactly what it needed in order to hit that area of liberation. And now you will thank it for that and look at that emotion. And now ask that emotion, now that we processed this level, what is next for me to feel, for me to experience, for me to work through in order to relieve me of this toxic emotion, in order to find deeper levels of liberation. And let your emotion begin to tell you what it is next that comes up. And as your emotion gives you the next answer, the next level of work to do, I want you to look at that emotion and thank that emotion for giving you the spiritual guidance of freedom. And as you have that spiritual guidance of freedom, you and your emotion will look forward again, back into your third eye. And now, simply begin to picture, whether you feel it, shapes, whatever it is, just let it happen natural. What does it feel like? What is it? Visualize. What is the experience itself after processing this next part? And you now begin to step into level 2. And now I want you to look back at the emotion, and I want you to thank that emotion again. Thank you so much for showing me how to take this process one step further. Now, emotion, is there more? Is there more I must work on, process, metabolize? What is it that is keeping you present, emotion? And as that emotion begins to answer you, I want you again to look forward. Take that image and imagine as if this was worked through. Begin to take in the feeling of what it would be as if you've already processed this. The experience of not feeling stuck but liberated. Beginning to step further and further away from that emotion. Continue to look into your third eye and experience it. What is it? It could be animals, it could be shapes, energy. And now that you've experienced it, look back at your emotion and thank your emotion. I want you now to continue to look at that emotion and say, emotion, this is my final round with you. What is it underneath everything that I need to process, heal, and work through? What is below it all? The below it all that has the magic. And let it give it to you. And as it gives it to you, make the full attention to put it in front of you both. Look into the third eye and fully process this one. As if it doesn't exist, as if you've processed it. You're on the other side. That is what you're watching. That's the movie. Now that you've fully processed that, look at your emotion and thank your emotion for showing you what it feels like, the experience, the true divine, real experience of it. And now, tell your emotion, show me what it is to live without you. What is that? You and your emotion will look forward. You will now step into whatever reality it feels like, whatever it is. It could be shapes, it could be animals, it could be places. Imagine, feel, and experience your reality without living with that emotion, fully created by the divine. And now that you have that creation, I want you to go back through every layer. Drop to the last layer you just worked on. And in that last layer, how does this area feel now that you're living without the emotion and you're into this new reality? Hold that. Drop into the layer below that. Everything you processed here. What does that feel like now? Drop again. What does this area feel like with that new you? Beautiful. Drop again to the very first layer you made. The very first layer you made. What does that feel like? That was the awakening one. And as you hold that imagery, I want you to imagine your body above all 4 layers that you processed. I want you to see the emotion you created in the beginning Imagine that ending image that you designed and created of what it's looks, feels, and experiences like living without that emotion. And now, as you look through all of this, I want you to feel gratitude that there are so many layers for the emotion, and that the divine stepped in to help you process those layers. I want you to see all in this reality space that you created. I want that ball of energy that's so deep into your third eye. I want it to sit into your heart space for a minute, and as it does, your heart becomes warm. It becomes open. And there's this sense of liberation. Your shoulders drop a little bit deeper and your heart just ripples open. And I want you to give so much love for yourself and the divine and the connection that you both have. If you want to stay in this emotion, in this place, and this reality you just created, please feel free to. I highly recommend you journal every single thing you experience, and although some of it can't be written, it is really good to write this out and fully process it out. I'm so proud of you for diving into a meditation that can be very intense, and this is the hard work. So have a beautiful, beautiful way out of this meditation. Prompt your journals. Namaste.